Now on Friday Football Fever.
Two bitter rivals meet on the gridiron. Lakeshore and St. Joe battle it out in the War by the Shore.
Northwood looks to defend their spotless record against the red-hot Warriors of Wawasee.
It's crowded atop the NIC South. See who prevails in a matchup of conference unbeatens as Jimtown takes on Marion. Next on Friday Night Fever.
You're watching Friday Night Football Fever, presented by First State Bank and North End Cycle. The hits start now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dean Huppert with Adam Darengowski. A great night of high school football.
You know, Dean, it's hard to believe that we're more than halfway through the regular season. Later, of course, we'll have highlights of the War by the Shore up in Michigan, and we have some big conference matchups in Indiana.
Yes, we do. We got to start with undefeated Northwood against 4-0 Wawasee. You know, the Warriors were only 3-7 last year, so this is a huge turnaround for them. We go to Syracuse, Indiana. Great crowd. Showdown in the NLC. The Apple Festival had to take an attendance hit tonight. The Panthers came out strong. Trey Belinsky to DeAndre Smart. That's an easy touchdown against a great Warrior defense. Wawasee's Tyler Smith. He was looking, but Brayton Yoder is there with the great hands. Look at the interception. Panther fans were enjoying this as number 26 takes it on back. And then Belinsky looking for Bronson Yoder. Look at this run. Boy, he gone. Cut back. Yoder can motor all the way to the house as Northwood led 30-7, and they go on to win. Big, nice win, 53-30. At Concord, they started the game at 6:15 because of the threat of weather. Craig Kaler hoping to stay in the NLC race. One way to get there is to give the ball to Cedric Mitchell. Look at Ced, the entertainer takes it in. Future Bowling Green star can fly. Then Concord goes up the middle to Dom DeBroca, touchdown Minutemen. They look like they had this game, but Goshen comes back. Look at this. Ramel Johnson, great catch. Too bad it came back, but Goshen wins the Redhawks 28-25. South Bend St. Joe looking for their second win of the season. Elkhart Central hoping for their first. Look at this big play by the Indians. Oh, but the Blazers defense is there saying,
Not today.
The big man. And here comes the Blazers staying in bounds, trying to get it down there. Central looking for their first victory, and they would get it by 10, 38-28. The Blazers get the win, Adam.
That's a big one.
Yeah, now over in La Paz, you know, the LaVille Lancers, they've just had it rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. We told you earlier in the year about Ethan Curtay breaking the school's rushing record. Now the Lancers are 4-0, and we're taking on the Caston Comets tonight. A gorgeous night for football down in Lakeville. Look at that sky. Coach Will Hausstrauser wasted no time finding the back Curtay. Already up 2 scores in this one, and you better make it 3. Curtay takes it around the edge, 15 yards for the score. Lancers go up 27-0. A few series later, Adam Stanky is going to roll out to his right, lofts it up for Jacob Good. Jacob Very Good. That's 6 more for the Lancers as LaVille wins it 68-35. The Lancers are a perfect 5-0. An eerie shot of the moon overlooking homecoming festivities in New Carlisle as New Prairie took on Bremen. As the Lions on the drive, Matt Box is going to attempt to evade the defense and eventually does as he goes out for a decent gain. But the drive would stall shortly thereafter for the Lions. New Prairie's QB Nick Wilson, he shows he's got some legs as well as he dodges the defense for a nice chunk before ducking his way out of bounds. The Cougars are victorious on homecoming night as New Prairie wins it 28-6. Battle of the City Schools at Jackson Field. Riley taking on Washington. Wildcats punting here. Great coverage by Riley. Harrington Greer levels the returner. A huge hit by number 1. But the Panthers would come away victorious. Tyrese Belcher takes the snap, starts to scramble out to his left, extending the play, hits Anthony Coleman for a nice chunk as Washington gets the win 16-6.
Well, it's been a great show so far. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll take you to Clay, Marion, and Elkhart Central. How did Penn do against Adams?
Yes, we will, and we'll also have one of the best rivalries in the state of Michigan, St. Joe at Lakeshore. Stay tuned.
Friday Football Fever, brought to you by Teachers Credit Union.
Welcome back. Penn made it all the way to state last year. They're off to a 4-0 start again this season.
Now, the Kingsmen haven't lost to a South Bend public school since, get this, 1985. That was the challenge in front of Adams this week.
You know what movie was out that year?
What?
Back to the Future. Hey, maybe we would go back there. You know, Adams was 2-42 against Penn all time. First quarter, look at Ivan Blunt scoring, looking like Anthony Johnson. And then here come the Kingsmen, the OC Kamikaze, Matt Kamikowicz with a big return. The Gold Rush ready to do their thing. Penn quarterback looking for Como, and Matt is there. Can you catch him? But beep, beep, illegal man downfield.
Oh,
You
no.
gotta bring it back. Andrew Burgess looking for Felix King. Crown him. That was called back as well. The homecoming crew saying, hey, can we get a play here? Yeah, Penn did. For the 31st straight year, big run by Landon Marks. Penn wins 28-7, same score as it was last year. At Clayfield, the Colonials came out fired up. The Mishawaka Cavemen wanted to match their intensity. Craig Redmond, he grew up wearing maroon, but he's all purple pride now. Clay's first drive, fumble. Kevin Banks recovers. Ryan Roboleski got it to Vernon Daniels, and he just bullies his way into the end zone, and they were up 6-0. Why kick it if you can get two? Clay fans, they needed a black light tonight, I think. Mishawaka's Brian Luke Campbell scores for the Maroons, and Mishawaka wins big 41-6. There was Marion Blue Sky in Mishawaka. Jimtown's Sam Pollock had deep thoughts, but look at the interception by Michael Gibson. Like Debbie Gibson, he was out of the blue. The Knights were in business. And Marion, they're saying if we can do this on defense, we can do it on offense. Bryce Tomasi to Treble Tumac. They led 10-7 at halftime. Jimtown fans were hoping for a big play. They had the silly string, they had it all. Unfortunately, fourth quarter belonged to Marion. They get 3 scores in the final 12 minutes. Tomasi to Xander Horvath, and Marion wins 30-7. The Knights are 5-0. So it's time to go up to Michigan, where there was some serious talent on the field between Lakeshore and St. Joe.
Yeah, this week's outstanding student athlete, Corey Malone Hatcher, is verbally committed to play at Michigan. And they call this game the War on the Shore, and it is intense every year, Dean.
Why.
And here is what they're playing for. Check out the Anchor Trophy. The Lancers have had the upper hand as of late in this rivalry, as they have a 10-0 lead here in the second quarter. The pitch to the deep back, Shane Clapp. You better clap your hands for this one. He's coming out guns blazing, lofts it up to Connor Brawley. The halfback pass is a touchdown, and Lakeshore has a 17-0 lead. Next drive for the Lancers. The fullback, Chris Osborne, gets the handoff up the middle, and he is going to break into the second level. Ghost, he's gone. Goes 60 yards for the touchdown. Lakeshore starts to pour it on. And why not one more? Corey Hampton, rocking the Eric Dickerson rec specs, shows the vision here, cuts it back to the near sideline. Check out this last one I'm missing. Get out of here. He is in there for 6 more. Lakeshore wins the War on the Shore for the 4th straight year, 31-12. Now let's head up the road to Benton Harbor. Elliot Uzlak has his squad sitting at 3-0, taking on Muskegon Orchard View. They say if you want to win, you got to put Booby in, because he's got the spin. First play of the game, Booby Burrell takes it 60 yards up the near sideline to the house. Tigers get on the board quickly. First play of the game, are you kidding me? But how about this? Next series, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns. Booby had his mojo magic working, takes this one 40 yards for his second TD of the quarter. Booby was making use of his Black Knights as he leads Benton Harbor to a 64-0 shellacking of Orchard View. The Edwardsburg Eddies were at home tonight hosting Paw Paw. The Eddies were threatening as they were going to give it up the middle to Kyle Schreider, and he is going to take it up the middle to the house. Goes 26 yards, and Edwardsburg takes a 6-0, puts up 6 more points. Then staring down a lot of green here, the Eddies go back to the running game as they give it to Joey Hess, and he takes off. Goes 86 yards for the touchdown. The Eddies dominate against Paw Paw.
How about that? Man, you know, that kid wasn't even expected to start this year, but he's having an
Incredible.
amazing year. I'm glad you got to Benton Harbor on time.
It
If you
was
would have got
over.
there 5 minutes late,
I
you
would've
may
been
have
in
missed
trouble.
something. Hey, don't go anywhere. When WSBT 22 Football Fever on Fox returns, we're going to tell you who the 3 candidates are for the highlight of the night.
That's right. You can get on WSBT.com or head to Twitter and choose who wins Friday night's biggest honor on Friday Night Football.